What's up? What's up, peoples? Another episode parlay with us. You got Sean Doe, Hustle Stacks, Stony Crook, Mr. Beans. You know, he had a previous commitment. He couldn't join us today, but he's gonna try to come on later. So you know, we'll look out for that. We got a great show today, man. You know, March Madness. You know, Final Four is set.
Man, what a game, man.
We ready, you know. It's been the madness, man. They call it the madness for a reason, man. I mean, it's been great, man. Great games. We had great games today, but yeah, man, we got our Final Four, man. We ready to dissect that. We're gonna go into the Celtics. I mean, are we worried? The two games they lost. I mean, they got back on the winning ways, but are we worried about the Celtics? And then we got the Pats. You know, the Pats. You know, the draft is approaching. So what they gonna do? So yeah, we got a great show today, man. We're gonna start it off, man, with this March Madness, man. And man, let me tell you something, man. Purdue, man, woo, those guys, they look like they're on a mission. But Connecticut, oh man, this team has not lost. They touched since I can't remember. They've been winning. I think they've been winning by double digits for the longest now. I don't remember the last time they won in the single digits. I mean, you got that stat?
You go on a that's unheard of to go on a 30-0 run. I've never ever heard that.
That was crazy.
30-0. 30-0.
30-0 run, man.
I've never heard of that ever. 30-0. That's the game.
I think no matter where it happens in the game, I think that could take the heart out of the opponent.
30.
It's like, and I didn't even watch that run.
The ball that well. They didn't even shoot the ball that well. It was all defense and turnovers and just smart. I mean, Hurley draws up good shit. They run his stuff very well, and they just turn. They put a brick wall in front of Terrence Shannon. I mean, that was it, man. I mean, DeMoss played well, which I knew he would, because he's a bigger point guard. I knew he'd have an advantage over Newton a little bit because he's big. But yeah, they just put a brick wall in front of Shannon, and all they did was just lead him into Donovan, man. Donovan just blocking shots, and that was it. They was off to the races. I don't see nobody beating Uconn, bro.
They held Shannon to eight points.
Talk about the kid. They played great defense. You talk about the kid that's averaging 27. You hold him to 8,
right? Ooh. That was major. Yeah, I mean, you can say that. I mean, you know, Connecticut, they on a hell of a run, man. And what they doing is what Kansas City's been doing to me betting wise, because I have not bet on Connecticut. Shame on me.
Shame on you. You don't listen, man. You got a hard head, dog. Yeah.
But to be fair,
you ain't lying, man. But
to be fair, you know what it is. You have to bet a lot of units to get paid out. To be fair,
you know what it is. I'm like, I don't bet too many like double-digit favorites. That's the thing.
You can't really win money like that.
UConn been double-digit favorites in a lot of games that I felt like, man, you know, I always knew they're gonna win, but it's like, oh man, are they really gonna beat this team by 15 or more? Like, you know, and I doubted myself a lot of times, man, and they proved me wrong time and time again. Am I gonna bet them the next game? If they are double-digit favorites, I think they did just they favors by 11. Yeah, they're gonna be favored by 11 again.
They're playing. Which side of the bracket they on again?
Alabama. They play Bama.
They play Bama,
right? Okay.
Yeah, they're 11 and a half.
I think that's gonna be their toughest test, because Bama, Nate Oates, he's a great coach, man. Matter of fact, he's rumored to take over the Michigan State job when Izzo finally leaves. But he
a great situation right there.
Yeah, he come from Izzo though. He was over there on that bench. So you know, Nate Oates runs an NBA style offense. He doesn't shoot many tools. He shoots threes and layups. So that's all he doesn't shoot the mid range. He runs an NBA style offense, and Connecticut got to be careful, man, because Alabama's been, every time I watch them, they're down, and they shoot that three ball so well.
They shoot the three ball well, and they stay in the game. They don't let the game get away from them. It's gonna be a great matchup. It's gonna be a great game. You know, but do you take UConn plus, minus 11.5. Here we go again. You know, I
Yeah.
may do it just because I don't see any reason why not to. I mean, it might be a tight game and they may pull away late, but it's gonna be a great game. I mean, Alabama, man, they shoot the ball well. They play good defense. They came out of nowhere, to be honest with you. I haven't really looked at that team in that way, you know.
They've been good all year. Nate Oates has them guys riding since he got there. So they've been in, since he's gotten to the that job. He's had them guys playing well. Remember,
he's from the Michigan tree.
Yeah, Michigan State. Yeah, from Izzo's tree. I know he's under Izzo, but yeah, he ever since he's got to Alabama, they've been in the tournament every year. He's been there. So he's recruiting well. He coaches well. He runs good stuff, and the players love him. So it's hard. It's easy to win games when your players believe in you.
Right. Exactly.
So he
exactly.
does a good job, man.
You got the when you got that great relationship with the players and you know you connect with them in that way. It's a beautiful thing, man. But
shout out, sorry, quick. Shout out to the coach from NC State too. I didn't realize he was on his way out of there. I guess him winning the ACC tournament.
Yeah, he was on 2 years.
Triggered that 2-year extension in the Final Four. Wow, man, that's dope, man. I love stories. See, that's the shit you don't really get in the pros. That's why, to be fair, like I know college basketball and football has changed with the transfer and NIL. And I know sometimes a coach could be the bad guys because they jump ship a lot. But a lot of these dudes, and Stacks will know as much as I know about this, a lot of these dudes really do care about these kids, man. So, and he seems like one of those coaches that just, I don't know, man, he just has a good vibe about him. I don't know. I'm just rooting for that team. Most likely they won't win it, but I just like stories like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know. I mean, I know we're 6 minutes in, but you know what? I'm running it, man. Go.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through. But I'm break.
Listen, we doing what we do, man. It don't matter, man. There's no script to this, man. This is all natural, man. You know.
Nah, this is what we do.
That's what we do, man. But yeah, man. Continuing on, man. Man, I like Purdue. I mean, you know, I like Purdue, man. Son, can that team play UConn? I think Purdue's the best team to play them, man. I mean,
well, the equalizer that
think about it.
Obviously.
No, I don't think Purdue's going to run into problems because UConn doesn't have to double Zach Edey with the bigs they have. So that's why I think UConn has the advantage. Every team that's played Purdue has to double him. UConn has 2 7-footers where they don't have to double him. They can allow him to go one-on-one. And that's going to be the problem that Purdue's going to have to face that, figure out how they're going to deal with that. And those bigs from UConn run the floor. So can Zach Edey keep up with those bigs? Zach Edey Zach Edey 7'3", Donovan Klingler 7'1". So he ain't got no mismatch. Like today, he's in there. Zach Edey, he's defending against the other kid. The biggest kid on him is 6'9". You know,
right? The kid wasn't exactly. He was undersized.
But I think Hurley's gonna allow them to play one-on-one and be the best. You're gonna start that perimeter because Zach Edey, god damn, 40 and 26, dog. That's a 9. That is a 9 right there in the college game, dog. That is
I mean, look, but he had a clear advantage. I mean, so when he got that ball, man, that low, man, it's like the defender had no shot. I mean, he's long. I mean, there was times where he just basically just rolled the ball in the hoop, you know. So he definitely had an advantage underneath the basket. They gave it to him in good spots. He had good footwork. I mean, that was him all day. That down the stretch, that was the play. You know, feed Zach Edey. Although I don't know, he's kind of shaky. I feel like he has to be really close to the rim. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, he's definitely plays inside.
Right, but I don't know how he is away from the rim. I mean, when they force him to take shots a little away from the rim, it seems like he's not that effective like he is close to the rim.
He ain't taking no shots away from the rim.
Right, he's not, but he did. They forced him a couple of times.
Forced him to do a rolling hook shot, if you want to call that away from the rim.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but I noticed he's
shooting a 10-footer. He ain't doing that.
Right.
How's he
but
assuming
that's going to be the championship, you know, Purdue, Uconn. I mean, is NC State going to pull up another upset? I don't know, man.
I'd like to see that matchup. That's going to be a good game because you got King Kong. You got King Kong versus Godzilla right there. So,
right.
So
exactly.
Like,
what's his name to draw him out a little bit though, right, Stan?
He can draw him out, but he don't shoot a jump shot, so he's gonna have to be real crafty with his layup package against Edie. Because I mean, if he shot the little, he got it burns
that little hook, yeah.
He got a nice floater, but can he get that off over Zach? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
To me, his most impressive part of his game is his passing. To me, that dude, that's what caught my eye when I first seen him.
Oh, he didn't have to pass today because they didn't double.
No, not today.
I mean, it's
that John Shire
sealed it at the end with that pass to homeboy.
Yeah, John Shire just got our coach today. He allowed him to go.
Yeah, he got our coach, man. He got away from what they do well, and he just let NC State just. I don't know, man. He let them get in their comfort zone, let them run their offense. I mean, I feel like Duke was playing a good game because I was rooting against Duke. You know, Duke would have been a team that I would have rolled them to the finals. You know, I wanted, like, out of all the teams I was left, I was rooting for Duke. I was rooting for Duke, and man, it's just shocking how they let this team outplay them. They got physical with them.
Well, they beat
and
him,
you know what? And Duke just couldn't make shots. They couldn't make shots.
That's the way they beat him in the ACC tournament too. They beat him the same way, same exact way. Same exact. It almost like if you watch that game in the ACC tournament, you watch the same game today. It's the same exact game.
Yeah, I agree.
It was the same way.
I didn't watch too much of that game. I didn't watch too much of the ACC.
I missed that game.
I caught some of it, but the little bit that I saw, man, it was pretty much, you're right. It was like the same thing. I mean, I don't understand why Duke did adjustments.
And it seemed like they got under that.
But they wasn't making shots. They wasn't making. There's nothing you could draw. They had great shots. They just wasn't making shots. I mean, they went 3 minutes without scoring. 0 field goals.
Yeah.
And to be fair to Duke, when they were missing a lot of their perimeter shots, they were trying to go into that. What's his name? Filipowski. Am I saying it right? Philip.
Yeah.
But he wasn't being as aggressive because he was in foul trouble. Like, Duke actually made it, from what I've seen, I watched like 80% of the game because I was watching the Red Sox. Shout out to the Red Sox for that split. They should have went 3-1 on that in that trip.
Yeah, they should have. I agree.
That's another, but that split's huge. But anyway, I was going back and forth, but it seemed like Duke was trying to make that adjustment to go inside the big man, but it was just too late at that time. And he was like, they were missing in the kid. Who's that light skinned boy? The kid from Duke. He was balling on.
That's a lot of them, though.
yeah, it's a lot of them.
A lot of
I know the kid. That's the kid, though.
I think Proctor. You're talking about Proctor.
Yeah,
Proctor or McCain. It's both.
McKinney. Yeah, he was off. So
yeah, they both look. They both look alike. I'm looking, but Proctor.
Either way, like you said,
they both look alike, same haircut and everything.
Everything. But let me tell you something. Proctor. The reason why I remember him because he had great look.
He had a great run, right? Last year.
Yeah, he had a great run last year.
Okay,
yeah.
He had great looks. He just did not have it today. Duke did not get production from some of their key players.
I think all of their guards didn't come to play. Same with Tennessee.
It's like they ran out of gas.
Tennessee. Well, the first half.
No, but Tennessee, man, they played with heart, man. That team, man. They was on a 7-0 run late in that game that I was watching, man, I was like, whoa, this team is not trying to go out like that. But
I thought
I
he was
think what did
stacks though.
Tennessee in, Zach Edie did him in, man. I mean,
Yo,
there's nothing else I can say.
Crook, I thought of Stacks, because Stacks was telling me, he's like, yo, shiz, man, when you gamble on the second half, and right when I thought that, the dude was like, yo, Purdue second half differential is ridiculous. So it was kind of playing out how they've been playing all year, you know what I'm saying? But Tennessee fought hard, man. Like,
yeah, they fought hard, man, to a point where I thought they had a chance, man, because they answered. They answered.
They had a hell of a chance.
They answered well though. They always had an answer for Purdue.
Hell, they was up 9 at one time. So they
up 9.
Yeah, they was up 9
early.
They was up 9. They was up 9 twice. Remember, Purdue made a run, then Tennessee made another run.
Tennessee made another run.
And then so it's like, I mean, they gave it all they can give. I mean,
yeah, they.
I mean, and Connect was hitting shots. I mean, Ziegler, I thought should have played. He didn't hit his shots.
He benched him. Not benched him, but he was on the bench for a minute.
Nah, he played. He only played on. He was only on the bench for a few minutes.
No, I thought it was in the second half. They have kept him on the bench for a minute. They kept saying, "Why is he not in the game?" or something like that.
Yeah, that was only for like a minute.
Okay, my bad.
They had to get a little break because they're another team that don't go deep either. So and then that what hurt them is that kid Vescovy, he got the flu, so he didn't play that much. He's a starter, so
right?
Remember, he came off the bench, came in there for a little bit, then he went back out. I think he was sick. I just think he tried to just give it a go.
Yeah, he tried to give him a little something.
Yeah, but he's a big part of their team too. So he didn't play, and then they guard play like I don't know Purdue guard. They play so well off Zach. It's hard to beat them, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. It is, man, and they give him the ball in the right spots too.
Right.
You got to understand. They got to give it to him where he could take a couple of steps, and he has that he's that close to the basket. Whether he may get fouled or he's just gonna make that easy shot. And it was important to give him the ball in those spots, and I feel that's what did Tennessee in. Can that work against UConn? I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and we got to talk like that in a way, not get too far into it because
I know what you mean.
We still got to make sure those matches are official. But assuming, I feel
that's the matchup everybody wants to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody wants to see that matchup.
Much like NC State, I don't want to see no 40-point championship game blowout either.
Look, NC State could be where San Diego State did last year.
Yeah. It could
because if NC State plays UConn,
NC State could be what they was when Jim Valvano was there. Remember that? That's
right.
old shit.
Right. And we should look into that anniversary of when they won it. Because if it's the anniversary, that man, let me tell you, man, that's something to look into. But nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I learned. Look, I never bet. I bet against UConn once, and I forgot which game it was, but I did bet. I did bet against them once, man, and man, did they prove me wrong in that game? But UConn, going back to UConn and that run against Illinois, because Illinois looked like they came to play. But man, I didn't watch that run. I know I think I went to get some gas or something. I know I stepped away a little bit and I came back. I saw the score. I was like, damn, man, shit, they was up like 19. And for the most part, they was up maybe 3-4. I mean, there was time I even seen the game tied. But that team, man, when they get on the road, man, it's like they take that dagger and they just dig it right into your heart. And I have not seen them lose that for the longest. I have not seen UConn play a game where they've been off for too long. They might have been off maybe the first 15. I'll say first 9 minutes of first quarter.
It's always the first half, and then the second half.
Yeah, the first half.
They just take off.
First 9 minutes or so, 10 minutes, and then it's like, yo, what the fuck just happened? and let me tell you, man, they've been doing that early and often, man. And man, let me tell you, it's – the question is, does Alabama have a chance, though?
Yeah, I mean, everybody got a chance.
Yeah,
everybody got a chance, you know, no doubt.
At this point,
but it's like, man, at this point,
let's go on. I'm gonna go on a limit. Say it's gonna be Uconn and Iowa. I mean, you know, Purdue. I'm saying, sorry, but at this point, the way these kids are playing, and I watch ball, obviously not like Stacks, but man, these kids diving on the ground, leaving it on the line. The further on that goes, the more that becomes the norm. Am I right, Stacks? Like the further on that goes, and that's the equalizer. Now, I'm not gonna tell you UConn could win by 30 when the net, and we ain't gonna be surprised. But what I'm saying is, for a while there, these kids just, when you're in that moment and you're playing like this, and I keep forgetting because, you know, like Stacks said, makes a great point about how the game evolved, how it doesn't have your Larry Johnsons, your Anderson Hunts, your Bobby, you know, your Hurleys and your this, and even the Tatums and guys like that, and De'Aaron Fox and David. You get a lot of guys that are just, you know, probably fringe pros, but they're playing their ass off, fam. They playing hard to make it to that level, to be the next person that comes out of nowhere. So when you get to this level, man, like today, that was a fun game. I truly have fun watching that game just now. In some of the Tennessee game.
Yeah, same.
When it goes to the Final Four, these kids are going to bust their ass. Now, they might still lose by 30. NC State might still lose by 15, 20. But I know at the beginning of these games, the equalizer is going to be that hustle in the systems that they're in. And shout out to UConn real quick. I watched them last year, not as much as I did this year, because I knew they were going for the back-to-back. It seems like they stayed true to themselves, Stacks. You know what I mean? That they don't deviate from who they are, what they do. They don't freestyle their system. It feels like that system's in place, and it's. Could you elaborate on that, Stacks?
No matter what.
Like I said, I said it earlier. They run Dan Hurley shit to the T. Let me.
Right.
Yes.
He drills it into him in practice. I mean, he comes. Look at it. I mean, Hurley comes from
that tree. His father.
Culture royalty.
Yeah.
So with his brother too. And then it's like, yo, he instills them. He recruits the kids to play his system, to play his game. So I mean, UConn gonna be a tough out, man.
Stacks, let me ask you this: do these college coaches might get a lesser than player, knowing he's gonna run what they want him to run, then get a?
Yeah, absolutely. You always You're always gonna do that. You're always gonna get the less. You're gonna reach out to the 5-star, of course. But you're always going to do the lesson. You're always going to reach out to the guy who's a 2-star. Always.
Who's going to run your system how you want it to be run.
That star shit is overrated to me anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, if you got to get people that's going to run your shit. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
right.
It.
That's going to fit that system well. Where's Bobby Hurley?
Bobby has at Arizona State still.
Arizona State. Okay. Yeah. They had a run. I think they had a little run in the tournament.
Ago, right? Yeah, that couple
years ago.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, they had a little run. I mean,
they had a little run.
Bob Hurley was at Buffalo. Then Nate Oates was that when Buffalo was winning all those games in the tournament. Remember, Buffalo used to get in the tournament ease and win like one game, 2. Mm-hmm. Nate Oates was the coach then at Buffalo. So Bobby Hurley was the coach, and then Nate Oates came in for Bobby Hurley. What's crazy is Nate Oates. His mentor is Izzo, but he came from a high school, straight from high school, high school basketball coach. And then he went to, Hurley recommended, hey, get this guy a look. I'm going to Arizona State. And Hurley and Nate Oates had them guys winning games. And shout out to Nate Oates. I mean, it is difficult to turn. That is a football school.
Yeah, all day.
All day, not even thinking. And he got people gravitating to basketball a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
and they get the players to believe.
Think about it. If that coach struggles at Bama, Nate Oates could be the guy, big man on campus. You know what I'm saying? So he got a shot. He got a shot. I mean, he's been in the
tournament. He's going to truly leave when Michigan opens up, though.
I think Bama has the money to pay him. I don't think so. But that is a great job, Michigan State. You know
Michigan State it's a great job in terms of recruits as well. You know, I mean, players want to play for Michigan State. They want to, you know, that's one of those schools that you want to play basketball.
He's from the Midwest too.
Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying. That's why he been on. Izzo's like his mentor.
I'm looking him up now. I didn't.
Yeah, Izzo's like his mentor.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. Coming from high school, coach, and get people to believe in you and believe in the system, man. Kudos to him, man. Kudos to Alabama and NC State. And don't forget, NC State women's in the Final Four.
Yeah.
NC State women's in the Final Four. I didn't know that.
The women's Final Four, there's some matchups.
It's going to be lit. Yeah, that's going to be lit.
LSU, Iowa, USC, and UConn.
USC and UConn.
They got star stats. You hit that shit on the button a couple weeks. The star power in college women's, man, is fucking ridiculous. Crazy, dog.
I mean, shout out to the girl Caitlin. I mean, she's really having people interested. Her and Angela Reese, even when they started that whole rivalry last year.
Yeah, that girl from
that girl USC is a more commercial than all of them chicks.
Juju was the real deal, dog. I'm telling you, for me. That's my GOAT women's player is Maya Moore. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
that's for me.
Busy.
That's my favorite of all time. But
she gets busy. She does her thing.
Juju,
you know, Angela Reese. She just needs to stay focused and not get into all that other stuff. She look like the type that's gonna like kind of like I don't know, start getting more into like her own self interest. You know. But I think she needs to be careful with that.
To be fair to her coach is like that. And you notice that when your coach is wild like that, you kind of take on the personality of your coach.
Yeah, right. Which it doesn't help.
All over the place,
doesn't help,
man. That coach is
supposed to ground you.
Yeah.
And that coach is all over the place. She's all in the news and for bullshit. You know what I mean? Like they seem they're that good, but they seem like an undisciplined unit over there. You know, yelling at in the yelling in the line at.
I mean, look at
coaches. That ratchet shit
was yelling at the
like
the assistant coach from UCLA. Like, come on, I mean,
just fucking play basketball, fam. Like
exactly,
your
play basketball
shit and all this extra shit.
Carry yourself accordingly.
I root for her, bro, because I feel as though she seems like she's a good. She seems like a good kid, but since she got wrapped in this whole social media, and
I didn't like what she did when they won the championship. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that was too much. That was
first of all, you're in college. The whole pointing at your finger with the ring thing. That's not a college thing. That's a pro thing. When you're in a pro, you point to your finger as a championship.
But Crook, you know what it is? It's this. I'm not gonna blame it on the age right now. I'm gonna blame it on the social media bullshit, because you know I'm on Twitter and all that. So she's on there doing video. It's not. Do what you want to do. I listen. I'm old school, so maybe I'm one of those older niggas. But my thing is this, because Caitlin Clark's starting to turn a little funny too with her little arguing with the refs and all that.
But she's quiet though. To her own right, she's a little quiet in terms of.
You know what she did? I didn't like
antics.
Though. She ain't with the antics, but she does little sucker shit, that little subtle shit. Like I seen this clip where one of her teammates fell. She didn't help the team. You see that clip? She didn't help her teammate up. She just took the ball and went up the court, like little weirdo shit like that. Like she ain't as vocal as Reese, obviously, but all these people get commercials, which they deserve it. I'm not saying taking it away from them, but I just feel like now, like these women know too, and it's actually good for their game. Because let's keep it real, I guess they're doing something right. Because I would have never talked about them like this in college. To be fair, you know what I mean? Well, like Juju's in every commercial. The chick from USC, right? She's in mad shit. She's doing Wendy's and shit with Embiid.
Her and the girl Caitlin, they all
they're in commercials.
They're all in commercials.
I just want to see good games at the end of the day. The bullshit, just keep it off the court, man. Like, you know what I mean? But who knows?
Yeah, let's move on, man. I mean, look, Final Four set, man. Alabama, UConn, and we're going to have NC State and Purdue. Final Four, and you know we're gonna dissect that game. You know, next show. We you know, we spoke on it a little bit. You know, we're assuming that UConn and Purdue faces each other. That could be a good game. You know, NC State they have potential. We don't want to count them out, but you know, we're all in consensus that it should be Purdue and UConn. But we're definitely going to get into that game, you know, in the next show. It's gonna be interesting, it's gonna be fun. So, you know, we are going to get more into that game, you know, betting wise. The numbers are not out yet, so I can't give you guys any leans or anything like that. I'm waiting to see what the final odds are on these games. But yes, that's the Final Four. Atlanta. I mean, I don't know why I keep saying that. Alabama, UConn, Purdue, NC State. So let's move on to the Celtics, man. I mean, yo, this team. I watched the game the other night where Devontae Murray killed us with that last minute shot, and that was Atlanta's second win against us. And a lot of people was asking, man, I mean, are we nervous about this team? Can this team close out teams? Can this team play close games? I mean, it seems like if they're not blowing the team out, they're having a hard time winning these close games. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? I mean, should we be nervous about this team playing close games, you know, when the game's tight?
No, I think they'd be all right. I just think they ran into Atlanta. Atlanta beat them twice. I mean, coming off a 10-game winning streak. So it's you know, Atlanta beat them twice, man. I mean, Murray hit some shots. Shit, he shot 45 of them. I hope he hit some. You know,
yeah. So, yeah. He shot the hell out of that ball, and
yeah, bro, he did, and he hit some shots. They all hit some shots. The Celtics should have won both of those games. They didn't. Still in 11, 12 game lead in the East. I don't see nobody in the East scaring me but Milwaukee, maybe in the 7-game series with a fully.
I'll say more than Knicks.
I don't think they got to be fully healthy to beat.
Exactly.
If they're not fully healthy, then no. But
what's up with Embiid? Any word on Embiid?
Oh, he had that knee injury. They being patient with him. He had
Is he coming back though?
A meniscus tear.
He might come back. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He had a meniscus tear, right, Stacks?
Yeah, you can come back from meniscus.
Yeah, he could come back, but they
for a minute.
Yeah. Well, they want to make sure he's gonna be good for the stretch run.
Now, I just wonder if he's gonna come back at all.
He'll come back.
There's a chance he could come back. Yep.
Yeah, he'll come back.
As far as the Celtics, for me, man, for me it's the same thing, man. Like I always worry about them at the end of games, you know, for me, because they don't deviate from what, no matter what time of the year, it just seems like they don't deviate from Tatum going 1-on-5 and not passing the ball, and Joe wants to empower people. And for me, it's more like I'm at the point now, and I think they're gonna come out the East. I don't think that's a question for me. But when you play a team like Denver, if Denver comes out, and even Minnesota, because the more I've been watching college basketball, I just don't feel like the Celtics still have an identity. I truly feel like they're winning. They freestyle what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they shoot threes and obviously blah blah blah.
That's their identity, right?
That's their identity. But for me, you gotta run shit still. For me, when you need that basket, when you need to be in those, when you need to get money basket, they still don't do that. They still don't do that to me. And when I'm not saying they soft, I say any fucking professional athlete soft. It's hard to be an athlete. I'm pretty sure. You know. I can't barely get on the motherfucking bike in the morning and do little, and that bike's right in my motherfucking, that bike's right there. I can't even get on that bitch and do 30, you feel me? So I ain't gonna tell you a nigga soft that plays 82 games of practices, but when they get pussed in the mouth, I still get scared, bro. I just feel like they just, it's just like they don't know what happened to them, you know what I mean? And
I don't like hearing them or watching them lose 30-point leads.
Yeah, I mean, they do it too much. Yeah,
they don't have to win by 30 or 20, but if you're winning by that much at some point in the game, I don't care what the margin is.
Right.
Win the game.
Right.
Win the game. I don't want to see you guys up 30 and I go to bed and wake up and you guys lost. Like it disturbs me in a way because it's just telling me that something is not clicking with this team down the stretch, especially if a team gets within 12 or 10 points. You got to make a push somewhere. Like there's somewhere in that run, you have to make a run.
They have something. It's like, and they don't. That's all we say. They don't run shit.
And hopefully they nip that in the butt now. Hopefully, you know, that's something they look and we have that type of coach, you know. That, you know, our coach is, you know, he's a very I like him. And I've been telling you guys, I've been liking him for a while. I liked him when they hired him last year. I like his whole demeanor and everything like that. But is he getting that focus from his players? I think he is, but not fully. I think we're going through some lapses, and I know he's hitting them in the head with that. But that's something that I'm sure that they focusing on. Trust me, going into the playoffs, they focusing on, okay, we up 20, we up 25. What's going on? Like, how are we letting this team, you know, come back to beat us? Yeah, they're gonna make a run, but we also have to make a run. We also have to match that run. You know, we up 30. We up 20 and they make a run, we got to make a run. You know, we have to maintain that gap because we're that good of a team. And when you're up 30, yeah, granted, they was up 30 early in the game. Definitely, they was early in the game, but still, I mean,
you can't be up 30 and lose a game, man. There's no.
You can't lose. Exactly, Sean.
That shit goes on.
Exactly, Sean. You can't lose the game. That's what I'm saying. Even if they would have won by 4 or 5.
You can't. The shit goes on. Anthony Davis said it best in his press conference. He said 20-point lead in the NBA is nothing. And point of emphasis, Milwaukee was winning by 19 with 5 minutes left against the Lakers with no LeBron James, and they lost that game. So as well, right. Is if the momentum's going, you got to run some shit to slow the momentum up. You got to run shit, get people in their quick hitting spots. And
that's what I'm saying.
He just lets them play. That's the problem.
To me,
that's the main
biggest
point.
The biggest momentum stopper to me is driving to the back, trying to get that foul call. Drive to the basket, no matter what. Let's not shoot our way into to get ourselves out of a slump. I think you got to drive that ball. You got to slow the game down. I always feel that way. I always feel like that's like, to me, that's I feel like, to me, that's the best play that you can run to kind of like slow things down a little bit. You know, you have to, you got to drive to the basket. And I feel like when teams get into that, trying to shoot themselves out of certain situations, I think that's a bad thing, especially if the ball's not going in. If the ball's not going in, you got to drive to that basket. You got to draw the foul. You got to just slow it down a little bit. Run your plays, get into your game. And I'm not too worried about these guys, but at the same time, I'm just a little worried because it's like these guys been, and it's not just this 30-point lead. There's been other occasions where they was up late by a good margin and they lost. And what I'm worried about is the down the stretch, crunch time. And these are situations you're going to get into in the playoffs. In the playoffs, you're going to find yourself in these situations a lot. You know, the playoffs are tight. You know, it gets real tight in the playoffs. And can this team play close games? Or is it a team that always has to be blowing the team out? You know, so those are things. I mean, coaches, they definitely do their homework on these teams. Yeah, this team, they can't play tight.
That's the thing. See,
they can't play tight. If we get this team tight, we could get these guys.
That's their reputation.
And I don't want us to be known by that.
That's their reputation in the league, bro. Like I follow the league close enough to know that's what their reputation is. You punch them in the mouth,
right?
No one's really, and it's not the fucking Kendrick Perkins and the Bill, not all these weirdos. Real hardcore basketball people, the Steve Joneses of the world, the people that break film down. Celtics are the best team in the NBA. Everybody says it. It's just
hands down.
It is what it is. It's not if you just. It's not even just the personnel as much as like me and Stacks talk about. It's the overall talent, right? But it's one of those things where, you know, we have this reputation in the league of when you get in a rock fight. I know you guys ain't soccer guys like that, but there was a big game, Man City versus Arsenal. Man City's won. They're like the Golden State Warriors of soccer. Like they're on that type of run. And Arsenal, oh yeah, they're like the Miami Heat. They punched them in the mouth today. It was a draw, but it was huge because they already beat them. And we haven't won anything, but we're like, Man City, we just got talent. They got talent everywhere. And I feel like this is just my opinion, I could be wrong. Once we get punched in the mouth, regardless, even if we're up by 15, once something don't go our way, Tatum starts out arguing with the refs. He's bringing the ball up. That's weird to me how he's bringing the ball up a lot lately. That's just weird to me. Derek White, they don't get him involved. A lot of Derek White's actions off of his own hustle plays and his block shots and him running the floor. Last year was different. We can't blame Smart this year. But I just feel like in those situations, I haven't seen them come out of it consistently. Now, Tatum had that Milwaukee game, the Philadelphia game last year. That was a front-running game. Yeah, he scored 50. They were about. Harden gave up in the first quarter. Yeah, I just don't. I'm worried about them in close games, bro. I am, and I'm worried.
I'm with you.
The big leads is the big leads. It is what it is.
Yes.
My thing is down the stretch. Are you gonna give the ball up? Are you gonna run something different, or are we just gonna go to Tatum and Brown?
Are they gonna continue? Are they gonna play this ice ball thing? They're
gonna stop that. I'll tell you that right now. That ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, but let me tell you. But you know something? I'm gonna give them that benefit of the doubt. I am, but it's fair for us to, you know, to pinpoint what we worried about. We can't just ignore the problems that we see this team having at times. You know, we can't ignore that. We just can't sit here and just think that everything is going to be love. We got to have those concerns. There's got to be concerns. There got to be things that, you know, we're worried about. But, hey, the playoffs ain't here yet. When the playoffs starts, you know, it's going to be right there. Like, we're going to know what's good, and we're going to see, you know, the focus on this team. And you know, is that something that they're going to take care of? We're going to see. We're going to see. But I love where we're at. I love what we did this year after last year's, you know, let me tell you, last year was, you know, that's a whole nother thing to talk about, you know, another time. But for them to come back this season and be the best team in the league, you know, shout out to them for that. They came into this league, into this season, they took care of business, and they showing people that we ain't playing, we here. I like the Porzingis move, and I love the Drew Holiday. I love him, especially his defensive side of the game, defensive minded player. He brings the defense intensity in his teams, and it shows. You know, the record, you know, the points per game allowed with him in the lineup and with him out the lineup it's a big difference, man. This guy is definitely a difference maker when it comes to the defense, and I'm happy we got him. Look, we don't need nothing else, man. This is it right here. Like this is the squad.
Stepping up his defense this year.
This is the squad. We got the coach, the only coach I think in the history of the NBA that tried to block a player's shot during the game. That to me right there, that was gangster, man. That was gangster on Missoula, man.
You know,
and he gave him an answer. He said, "You can't be letting guys score on our side."
Personality, man. I just wish he would listen a little bit more. Listen a little bit more, man, to his assistant coaches, man.
Yeah,
I just wish they brought him in. And I'm telling you this: if they don't win it this year, I don't know, bro.
Go ahead, don't say it, because I'm gonna agree with you.
I won't be surprised if your boy Joe's back in the fucking G League, coaching the main Celtics.
Yo, listen, listen, nothing is guaranteed in life. Trust me, nothing. Any given Sunday, that's saying I think that any given
you ain't lying about that.
Any given Sunday applies for every sport. Any given Sunday applies for every sport. Trust me.
If he don't win this year, he's gone. Yeah, I agree with that.
You think Missoula's gone?
He's gone.
Win this year, yeah, they're gonna move on.
You think so?
Yeah, because they got Cassell on the bench and the kid from Milwaukee.
I mean, look, I wouldn't doubt that because look what they did in Milwaukee with the guy over there in Milwaukee. That was gangster. Fired the coach that was the second best record in the league at the time, and they fired him because of the defense.
No, they fired him because Giannis didn't want him there. That's the
that's correct. I that's what I heard as well because I was trying to find out what it was, and Doc comes in and they giving up even more points. So
we knew that.
And I'm shocked at that. Giannis, he doesn't strike me as a guy that would do something like that, especially a guy like him that came from nothing. He came from the bottom.
Motherfucker, don't
like who are you?
Like he ain't ratchet though. That's what it is. He's not ratchet.
They kept you on the team. It took you a while to get. You know that. I don't like that. I hate when a player is the reason why a coach is gone. You know.
That's usually why I say about 60% usually why the coach goes. Players revolt against him. That's pretty much it.
And they're not playing any better. I mean, if anything, shit.
They're playing worse.
They're playing worse.
A little bit better defensively. A little bit better by the numbers.
And let me tell you something. I don't know how I didn't get a PJ Brown jersey, man. Because let me tell you, if it wasn't for PJ Brown, let me tell you, Doc would have fucked that team that year up.
Shout out to PJ. I actually spoke to him.
Shout out to PJ Brown, man. Doc would have fucked up our shit too.
I don't think it was all PJ. I think that was all Ticket for me. That was all KG. KG just wasn't happening.
Yeah. KG wasn't having, but
that team was just full of too many veterans.
It was, and I don't think Doc.
Don't forget, you say PJ Brown. I think James Posey was a big part too.
Leon Pope.
Yeah, he was, but the reason why we say PJ Brown because he made that shot. You know, he made that shot. That shot, that game was so tight. Think about it, was tight, and he had to make that shot. He don't make that shot, man. I don't know, man. I wouldn't have gave LeBron out of the chance, man. LeBron wasn't having it that game either, man. He wasn't trying to have it. That was game 7 too. The game winner was from PJ Brown.
That wasn't even a locked in LeBron. It's like he was going through something right there.
Yeah, he was going through some shit.
Yeah, going through some shit.
Let me tell you, and now that we on that real quick. LeBron, to me, the illest LeBron moment in time I feel in the history is when he beat the Detroit Pistons.
Nah, I think
that game 6 against the Celtics.
That's what I'm saying right there. So for me, that game 6 when he was on Miami Heat.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Hold on. When we had a chance to close them out
at
the Garden.
Yes.
He came to Boston and told Boston the fuck out.
Yes.
I had a whole new respect for King James right there.
You're right.
You're right. The whole game.
And
nigga didn't
you know what?
The whole that he
but listen, you know that game, all his shots hit the bottom of the net.
Dog,
every shot he made in that game hit the bottom of the net.
Let's talk about what was it? That was a year. Was that 08? When he cocked that shit back on KG and took us to 7 games. Yo, that dude used to take us to 7 by himself.
Yeah, by himself.
Nobody else. Man. When you're second,
we couldn't beat him. We never beat him. Except with Paul Pierce that year. But
your second leading scorer is Boobie Gibson. Give me a break, dog.
No. Listen,
think about that.
You're right. As far as the game, as far as the game's concerned, that was a big game. But I'm saying, like in the series, the way he handled Detroit that year in the series, that 07, when he single-handedly took them to the finals, man, that guy, I don't know
I'm telling you, dog,
what Detroit was thinking. And they say it. They said it too. They're like, we had a bad game plan against that guy. And that was Detroit when they was at their height. That's Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, and them boys. And he got busy on them that series in 07.
That year, I think it was 08, maybe 08, 09. That was the year he took us to 7 games by himself.
Yeah, by himself. LeBron,
that Celtics team was fucking loaded. You know what I'm saying, dog? That Celtics team had some players on that team, dog. We had Big Baby, Nate, it was Ray Allen, Nate Robinson, I believe, was on that team.
Yeah, Nate Robinson.
Yeah, that was some players on that team, and LBJ, dog. I'm telling you, early LBJ.
Early headband LBJ.
Yeah, early LBJ. Wasn't no answer for that.
Yo, and yo, listen, his dunk, that signature dunk he does where he comes and like he hits it from the side.
That's what he did on KG that year.
That shit is on KG. Because MJ hung on you. MJ came sideways. The thing with MJ, his shit, like he used to come sideways, like.
Yeah, the thing
LBJ comes from the side though. He came from his shit was from the side. Wow.
Remember the player that used to put us over the top against them Cleveland teams was Rondo. If it wasn't for Rondo, he might have got us one time. He might have got us.
Yeah. Rondo came through, man. He's having issues now, man. That's a whole nother story too, man. That dude, motherfuckers in mugshots and shit. Like, damn, Rondo, what the fuck, man? Like, yo, it's like these dudes be like, what the fuck, man? What is it with these guys, man? Like, they need like a big brother. Remember the Big Brother back in the day? Remember that Big Brother program? Like, these motherfuckers need Big Brother in their life or something. It's like they need somebody to fucking take him under the elbow.
You need a big brother.
The Big Brother. Remember that, though? Remember the Big Brother?
Yeah. Nigga need to go to Church of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, they still got it around, Big Brother.
Yo, they need some type of guidance, man, because it's like, shit, you shouldn't be getting into these situations, man, you know? And you're a champion, 2-time champion, Rondo, right? 2-time. Because he won one with the Lakers.
No, yeah, two.
Like, come on, man.
Oh, yo, Crook, don't forget to tell them to smash and subscribe because they'll get mad. You already know how that goes.
Yes, guys. The like button, subscribe. This is what it is right here. This is, this is a great show, man. This is all authentic. This is from the heart, man. This is what we do, man. We giving you that exclusive. We giving you detail. We got ex-coaches on this staff. We got ex-players. Like, we got great perspectives. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, man.
Gamblers on this, on this podcast.
We got all that stuff, man. We got great show, man.
Where you at, Stone? You look like you in the principal's office or something.
Yeah, I had to make adjustments because I got company right now. So I had to, you know what I mean? I had to like kill the noise.
Hey, that's a neat ass room. Whoever's room that is neat than a motherfucker. I'll tell you that,
man. Let me tell you, I gotta keep that on the low because I don't, I want to keep that. I'm in my daughter's room. I'll let it out.
Hey, shout out to her. She's neat. Cleanliness. You know me. Hey, Stacks, tell him I'm a neat freak, so.
Hey, though, you only seeing a certain section. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I got it tight. You see, I got the angle. If I move it too far to one side, like you're gonna see the realness.
Hey, open up the comments, man. Neil said, "Open up the."
Yeah, man. The comments is open, man. Like I had it's just Neil on right now, but the comments they there. Nobody's really saying much right now. They probably a little nervous or something, or
they don't see Neil. They don't see Neil out there. They think they think the show's going out. They think we on some bullshit, on some undisputed. Man, Neil, you ain't leaving us like Shannon Sharp. You staying, bro.
The only person that goes out for dinner on Easter Sunday.
I know,
right. Easter Sunday, you're supposed to be at the crib, Beans. Right?
Yeah, man, at the crib, man, doing some type of what is that, egg hunting or some shit?
Shout out to my brother, man. The ham and shit was on point. I'm gonna use it for some breakfast. We still eat ham over here, so we.
Let's move on, man. We know the C's are gonna take care of business, man. We know we're just waiting for that playoff situation to go down.
NBA, shout out to Houston. They still fighting, man. I'm rooting for Houston, bro.
Houston's gonna do that playing game is gonna be crazy. Let me tell you, the playing game, man. Let me tell you, those teams are gonna be hungry. that's definitely gonna be something
That's gonna be a good
to watch.
You're right.
And look out for Houston, man. Because I said Ime it took a little while for them to buy into Ime's system. And I knew that was gonna happen. I knew there was at some point Houston was gonna be a team that people are gonna be talking about. And it sounded like those players, those kids are buying into his system. They're buying into what he's trying to preach to them, and it's showing. They're on a great streak right now, you know, and let me tell you, man, watch out for those boys, man. They balling, man. They got a good roster. They got a good thing going over there. And they got a great coach, man.
They still
got a great coach.
You know.
Yeah, they do.
And whatever they do this year, if they come up, they're gonna come up short, but they got a great thing going on over there going forward, you know. And they got a great coach, man. Trust me, I didn't want to lose Ime, man. That shit.
I didn't either, man. I mean,
that shit broke my heart, man. You know,
they tried to keep him, man. They did try.
They tried, man, but that shit was no point in no. That was a point of no return. I mean, what can they do, man? I'm sure the owners, there was nothing they could do, man. You know what I'm saying? That was one of those situations where
there's no way they just fired him. I'm quite sure they just had a talk with him, and I think he crossed the line again. It's like, all right, yo.
That's the word on the street, but
yeah, man.
You can't be dipping your pen in the company ink, man.
Yeah, man. You gotta be careful, man.
At least not that deep in the ink. You know what I mean? Hey, you can fuck with the usher at that. You know what I'm saying? The usher, or
you can fuck with the housekeepers and all that.
Yeah, man. But you can't be.
You can fuck with the cleaning lady, but you can't go mess with the boss's executives' wives and whatever, man.
Yeah, man. What do you not want? Like one of the bosses, you know what I'm saying? One of the high execs. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful, son. You know what? Yo, we're living in a world where everything is recorded, man. Yeah. Everything, man. You know, you got shit. If you ain't, you know, you gotta be careful, man. That's
I know we old school. Imagine getting caught cheating on your girl, your wife, with a ring bell, with the doorbell.
No, that's the world we living in right now, man.
You remember back in the day, someone might have seen you at the food court with such and such. Like, you could tell your girl, like, it wasn't me. Now, you gonna be like, yo, that wasn't me over there. I got the ring bell evidence. Hold on, bring that ring bell.
Everything. Everything's recorded, man. Everything. This guy just for all kinds of recordings, man.
What is it?
The ring, yeah, man. That shit records you and it takes audio. That's what happened with that situation. The audio.
That's what happened with Richard Sherman too. He was going after his wife. Y'all ain't
got the ring doorbell at the crib?
Nah, I don't have that.
Nah.
You gotta invest in that joint, dog.
I mean, I got the blink. The blink camera.
Same thing.
Yeah. I got the camera action with the blink and all that. And it's been great.
That joint is important.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. I got that shit, man. No doubt. That shit's on point, man. Definitely, man. And I like it because it's wireless, you know, and you know, you could connect to your phone real quick. Oh shit!
Were you in the kitchen?
Here he is. Dude at the mall or some shit.
I'm at Grace by Nia.
Ah shit. There he is.
Okay.
What's good?
See, when you got that beans money, you get to go to fucking special occasions.
Man. VIP and shit.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just
VIP.
Wait, hold on. Say the name of the joint.
Grace by Nia.
You see that? I don't even know.
That's some 5-star shit, man. Hey, man. I was hurting the other day. I'm trying to get out, man. Dude was acting funny, but you know.
Thank you so much.
Look at that. That's the valet giving you keys.
Yeah, now I'm about to get out of here. What's going on, man? Y'all are doing y'all thing, man.
Give him the keys, don't
the valet. He's like, yo, bring that, pull that up, man. He's like, yo, y'all pulling that shit up, man.
No, for real. How was the show? How was the show though? I had it on. I was
Man,
trying to listen, but there was live music in
on the
there.
callers,
So
man.
Yeah,
Was
it's
a
good,
great
man. We got the
game,
Final
man.
Four, the Final Four set. You know, NC
the
State
Final Four
Cinderella
set.
team. NC State's in. You know, Cinderella. That's the only
Right?
Cinderella
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
I mean, you know, it's
I
been
kind
like
of
that
had. I
last
kind of
couple of
had
years.
that. I kind of had that feeling that Duke was not gonna pull that one out, bro. I had that feeling.
They started off good.
They just
Yeah,
couldn't
they
make
did.
shots. They couldn't
Yeah,
make
man.
shots in the end. That's what that came down to. And then, you know, the C's, you know, we spoke about them in terms of, you know, we worried about them, anything like that, and going into the playoffs. But, you know, we're gonna be all right, you know.
Hey,
We're gonna be all right.
Get the rundown on the restaurant for the show. You never know. They might, you know what I mean? Might comp the meal next time.
How's the food over there?
What is it? A seafood spot?
It's downstairs. All over. No, great. What is Grace Body? Is it seafood? No, it's everything though. But it's like live band, jazz, all that type of stuff in there. It's cool, man. Yo,
You got a
see when
statue
you come.
behind you, a gold statue. What kind of shit's going on over there, fam? It look like a droid from Star Wars or some shit. What is that?
Hey, y'all know the movie theater where Kings is in Seaport? It's in that building.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in that building. It's in that building at the top floor. But it's nice though. Like y'all gotta go in there. The vibe, the vibe's ill. You know what it reminds me of? Remember New York Undercover? At the end of the show, they used to. That's what that vibe is. That's what that vibe is. That's what they copy. That whole vibe, and it's all live music. You know, jazz, neo soul type thing. So it was cool. It was something different. You know, for the Easter. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I called to find out. So how did my team Man City do, man?
Yeah, man, they it was a rock fight. Like they got punched in the mouth. They didn't know how to react. So they're
get it out of here.
It's gonna be Liverpool or Arsenal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Liverpool that's even in that Liverpool climbed out, man. Remember that club wasn't doing too good a few years ago. So that's good to know that club's on the move.
Man City had a run like Golden State, man. They winning.
They sure enough did. They sure enough did.
You know,
and I don't mean to jump in, and I know y'all probably was in another conversation. We're going straight down. I don't want to,
Hey, Shannon just said his daughter's boyfriend is a manager at that restaurant you was at. See, that's why I told you to drop that. Now you.
Now that I know that, I'm gonna have to call Shannon up on it.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, that shit crazy.
Look like
that nigga froze up. He looked like he was watching his back.
Yeah, he looked like Beans.
Let me tell you something though. Like Beans though, every now and again, I treat myself, me and the Wiz. We go to some exclusive. I don't mind paying for food if it's good. You know what I'm saying? And every now and again, you got one. It's Stony, though. Y'all know you got every now and again. I like to try some craziness. Just every now and again, not too often. You know what I'm saying? As far as the money, because you can spend $300 messing around. So yeah, a good restaurant and good vibe. That shit is priceless, though, for real.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is definitely, man. Especially when you get those good references, and they put you on, like, to check out certain dishes and certain foods. Yeah, it looked like we lost Mr. Beans.
No.
Oh damn.
He probably went in the basement to get the whip or something.
Yeah. Let me see.
I'm in the basement.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm in the
just as you said,
I'm in the basement trying to get the whip.
Just as you said that, man. That's what they were saying. Like, he's probably in the basement, man.
So, when I get out the basement, I'm gonna call y'all right back. Let me just get out this basement.
Yeah, man. We here, man. We almost wrapping up, but yeah,
I know y'all almost wrapping. Okay, I'll
good to see you, man. All right. Yeah, fellas. Yo. So we have moving on to the Patriots, man. The draft is in about a couple of weeks, and been a lot of talk.
Oh, is this not though? Have you ever remember a draft where the quarterback speculation was this much?
Never.
I've never seen.
Yes.
I've never seen it. usually have.
But you know why though?
Hold 1 second.
Well,
you have 3 quarterbacks at the most, maybe 4. Dog, you got like 5 or 6 that's going crazy.
But you,
like,
yes.
But you want to hear some fellas, a good little tidbit. Me doing my little, not research, but me just reading and watching. You know, in the past, they've always been involved, but people are saying now the agents of these quarterbacks are leaking a lot of the information. Like that whole Minnesota thing is not saying Minnesota don't want to trade up. Obviously they do. Obviously Denver wants a quarterback. I think New York's looking for a quarterback, but a lot of this is driven by who's playing good at, because the combine, the pro days, they were saying there's never been as much as a high end on both ends. Like some people said Drake made this like shit. Some people say he did crazy. Some people say Jaden Daniels did this. Some people say Caleb Williams didn't take it serious. We all know he's going to Chicago. To your point, Stacks, I've never seen that much chatter around the drafts. You've never seen that much mock drafts where quarterbacks are getting traded out. And I believe
because it's so much.
I've never seen the talent pool in that wide receiver group.
Yeah, that's
it's crazy.
You know, and the O line too. The O line just is the quarterback. I mean, the receivers this shit.
Yeah.
Yo, but with a lot of this is one of those drafts that a lot of teams need a quarterback. It's rare period, but this year, unlike any other year, the first 3 teams need a quarterback. And that just doesn't happen. And it's just so happening when you have a great quarterback pool. Because now it comes to, okay, who's better than the 3? Yeah, just because I think just because Caleb is projected number 1, it doesn't mean he's gonna be that number 1 guy.
Yeah,
it's been evident in the last couple of years. I'm telling you, man, that number 1. I mean, you know, with the exception, I think of Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was a great.
That was a
great quarterback.
That was a can't miss number.
Andrew Luck, man.
Andrew Luck robbed us, fellas. He robbed us because Andrew Luck was a can't miss number 1 draft.
Yeah, man. He and that was sad, man. They didn't, but they didn't protect the guy, man. That was the known thing.
Little dad was on him too, Stone. He ran around a lot and didn't slide.
Yeah, that too. I mean, we could put some blame on him. And then in the end, he gave up. He gave up in the end. That's the ultimate loss. Like that, to me, that's the ultimate no is to quit, especially at that position. You know.
But they said his bones were rubbing together or something on his knee or some weird shit.
He took a lot. It was
a lot of shit going on, but
the game
I don't know. Like you said, I don't know what's true or not. He might just didn't want to play no more.
Andrew Luck took a beating. He took a beating. And he just couldn't take it no more, man.
Yeah, he couldn't take it no more.
Like, yo, remember that game? I can't remember that game against Denver and he fucking ruptured his lung or some shit.
Yeah,
he still played the next game.
He was a great quarterback. I wish I could have seen him do more.
I gotta say Joe Burrow is worthy. I know he ain't been healthy, but he's worthy of that one.
Yeah.
Joe, definitely. Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I talk about where there's the speculation where there was a clear cut number 1. There was no other guy that you thought would go over him.
Like, but you know something, it doesn't happen that often in the league. I mean, Drew Bledsoe, you could get, he was a number 1.
Yeah, but remember, like those said, Rick Meyer. A lot of people have Rick Meyer over Drew.
But I have Meyer over.
Yep.
It's tough. I think NFL is tough. It seemed like all the superstars come out late.
Like you said, but Andrew Luck was a number 1. Like nobody, there was no question.
Yeah,
he was no question, right?
Yeah, he was no question.
He was on his way to the Hall of Fame, win a Super Bowl or 2.
It was no question he was the number 1. But you know, there's so much on the table. That's why this draft is gonna be so interesting, man. Because they was talking about the Patriots trading that pick to Minnesota and getting 2 picks in the first round and possibly get Bo Nix later on. I don't hate that. I don't hate if they could get a great wide receiver with the first pick and get a possibly great quarterback in the second pick. You know, I mean,
I don't think
you know that
from what I'm hearing, ain't none of them quarterbacks gonna be there in the second round. From what I'm hearing.
Yeah, Penix stock went up.
No, but if they trade their first pick to Minnesota, they're gonna get 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, but they're low. They're low. Those guys we're talking about, Penix, they, like those said, Penix ain't gonna be there.
Penix was going up the draft. He might get picked.
Bo Nix will be there, though.
New York.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're talking about a team that need more than just one player.
They need more than 2 picks. For me, because you remember that team's trading up to get something that they really, really, really want. So,
right.
so for me to trade that 3 pick, Minnesota got to come off Justin Jefferson, bro. I'm sorry. For me, that's my opinion.
I mean,
they got to come. They got to give me something.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
That's not gonna happen.
But I know it's not gonna happen. But when the car dealers, put this way, and I get this call,
but then you get 2 first rounds.
When you buy a brand new car off the lot, car dealership always calls you back 2 years later, trying to get you to trade your shit back in and get something new. And I tell them all the time, look, I'm good with my shit. If you can't give me nothing that I can't turn down, I'm fine driving my lip. And that's what I'm telling you about Minnesota. If Justin Jefferson ain't in those trades, I have nothing to talk to you about. That's it.
Well, but look at it this way though. No, I get you. I understand that. But if they giving me 2 first-round picks,
not enough.
I think
it's not enough.
I think no, but look,
it's not enough. One window is not 2.
But let me break it down. You're gonna get the first pick is gonna be a high pick where you could get a great wide receiver because the wide receiver pool is deep, right? That second pick is gonna be probably a little later in the first round. It's not in the 30s. Minnesota have 2 first-round picks that are pretty high.
They have the number 11 pick and number 23 pick.
There you go. So with the number, you can get a Bo Nix
for no 2 picks, bro. They're not.
No, but look what they saying though. They can address 2 positions that they need.
No.
In that one hit. Why not? Why not? Potentially, we're talking about potentially. You could get Bo Nix at 23, and you can get Azuna.
That's not who I want. I want not you telling me to trade my pick because I already know who I want at 3, and I really want him. Like those said,
and there's only that one guy.
I really, really want this guy.
And then you got a high second rounder where you could come back and get another player.
JJ ain't in those trade talks. It's no talking. That's it. If JJ's not in those trade talks, because that's the
so JJ and what else? Just JJ?
I take just
the other pick.
Give me JJ. There you go. JJ and another pick. There you go.
The first round.
Yep.
We're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting.
Read between the lines when you hear Kraft talk. They're keeping that there. I'll put money. I'm going to the window on this. If there was I'll put money on this. When I heard Kraft talking, he wants a quarterback with that 3rd pick.
And that exactly what I heard that too.
He wants a quarterback with that 3rd. That speculation for me was over when I heard Kraft talk at the owners' meetings. Once he went and did all his babble, and shout out to Kraft, he's a billionaire, but he's just babbling around. But at the end of it,
Kraft's getting old too. He's getting old. Man. I seen him throughout the years,
but he's all blah
blah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But what he did say, I did understand. We need a young quarterback. He wants a quarterback. Jonathan Kraft behind the scenes wants a quarterback with that 3rd pick. Telling you guys, Crook, I'll take it to the window.
I'm with Doe. I'll take it to the window too.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, fair to say. I would take it to the window too. I mean, they're not gonna take that risk, but don't count it out totally.
And you don't count it out totally. Or Drake May. And now, granted, Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix could end up being better than all those guys.
I like Bo Nix.
I'm not going to front.
It's something about Bo Nix that I like, man. Especially coming out that system in Oregon.
You just don't know. We don't know. He could come in the league and be the next Drew Brees. Whatever. My point is, if he ain't, and Drake May's the next Jonathan, Josh Allen, or Jaden Daniels is what's his name from Baltimore? That could actually throw the ball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And and we pass on that, bro, you know, you think it's bad now?
Yo, but look,
you live here. You hear them every day. You think it's bad now?
Question. But look at a perfect example. Look at Chicago. They passed on.
They didn't surround that dude, right? They didn't.
No, but look,
right.
I'm talking about these guys been fucking shit up for like a long time. I'm talking about when they took Trubisky.
Yeah, that was the
over
owner. They didn't want a
Mahomes.
black quarterback.
They didn't know.
That's what that was all about. Trust me.
They didn't know. You know what I'm saying? They took Trubisky over Mahomes. Mahomes went late in the first round.
Quarterback out there. Not even a light skin.
In that defense, nobody knew Mahomes was gonna be this now.
No,
but they knew
nobody knew Mahomes was gonna do what they're gonna do. But that's my point, man.
I remember.
That's my point. You don't have to put too much stock into a quarterback that high.
But Trubisky dotted all the T's, and he was the prototype NFL quarterback. And they rolled the dice and they failed. We got to roll the dice on the quarterback right now.
Jamarcus Russell. I mean, and Josh Rosen. Yo, we could go so on and on. This is a statistic on that, on these quarterbacks.
You can go on and on about the ones that have done great.
You can go on and on about receivers.
But not that high. The ones that done great didn't go out that high.
Yo, the Kansas City Chiefs drafted Eric Fisher with the first pick. Offensive lineman.
And he's a Hall of Famer.
He was supposed to be the next great thing.
Eric he did.
Joe O.
Didn't he?
No, they traded. They got rid of him.
Eric Fisher, right?
He plays anymore.
Nah, he's been retired. I thought he did good. He did good. That name sounded like he did good.
Remember though, his teammates was calling him out because he didn't want to play against JJ Watt. Remember that?
Yeah, he didn't do good.
So he fizzled. He fizzled out.
First pick in the draft. First pick. And the thing is this, real quick. I heard Mayo talking about it too, and I'm rooting for Mayo. You know, I want him to do well.
I'm rooting for Mayo. Pete, they hating on Mayo. Yo, they hating on Mayo.
No, they are. But you know what? I didn't like
Curran.
Though. Listen, this is a rebuild. Just because you get 10 picks, just because you have quantity doesn't always mean it's quality. If you don't have if you don't have the system or you don't have it in play, you're still gonna make these picks. Granted, the more picks you have, the more you have to, you know.
Hey, Stoney, when is the last time that just dawned on me? When is the last time a receivers went in a high 1-2 from the 5th pick, from 1 through 5?
Jamar Chase, what was he?
Who?
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, right?
Look, Glenn. We drafted Glenn. That
you
was
mean for us?
That's what led Parcells out of here. We took Glenn high. Glenn in the first.
Then he ended up taking him in Dallas. Parcells need to shut the fuck up with that.
Parcells didn't like that pick that we made.
Yeah, but
we
then
took
he ended
Glenn
up
high.
taking him in Dallas, man. Parcells is a dickhead, man.
The guy from TCU, there's a wide receiver from TCU that went high as well for I don't know what team, but he didn't pan out. Yeah, I mean I gotta look it up. It's not too many.
Jalen from Philly. They picked him over Justin Jefferson, right? I might be wrong.
Yep. They think he's on the Patriots.
He's on the Patriots now, right?
Yeah. This, I mean, you know,
they picked him high. They picked him over like crazy amount of people. Look at the Patriots with Taekwon Thornton and the other dude that's out the league now. Who's the dude? N'Keal Harry. Like what? Who evaluated these guys? Who evaluated these guys?
Exactly, man. Those
guys can't play. Listen, Crook.
That was a bad pick.
I don't have
right
to be
there,
a scout to see that Taekwon Thornton can't fucking play football, man.
I mean, he's still on the roster. We're gonna see what he does next year. I mean, he's still on the roster. I mean, he just can't stay. He can't stay healthy. I mean,
he can't run a route either.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we're gonna see.
He's the second round pick.
He went high.
Second round pick, bro.
He went high.
Ain't that crazy?
What about that wide receiver we drafted a couple of years ago out of North Carolina? That little kid, Price. He was a speedster, supposedly a speedster, man. He didn't do shit, man.
I don't remember that. You might do knowledge me on
Damn,
that.
that's a good going back.
Now I'm about to tell you, man.
I'm afraid of this draft, man, because the guy running the draft, all these guys were here when Bill was here. I just hope they have their own vision. You know what I mean? And
that's what. Yeah, Taylor Price. He didn't do shit. This dude's 36 years old right now.
Damn.
We drafted Taylor Price. Yeah, he was drafted out of
Chad Jackson, Hartley, Dykes. These niggas been drafting bums for a minute, man. I'm like, yo, fuck.
Yeah, we've been drafting some bums for a long time.
We haven't drafted a good. What's the last good receiver? I know
that we groomed.
Yeah, I mean, with Deion Branch.
I think Edelman.
Nah, it's been your boy. He was all right. The one that just went.
But Edelman, when they drafted him, though. I'm saying like draft.
The one we just went to the Raiders. That was the last good.
Oh yeah, Myers. Yeah.
Oh, Myers was good. Yeah, Jacoby Myers and Edelman too. Remember we drafted Edelman as a as a quarterback.
The last one was Myers for sure.
Yeah. Myers was the last one, definitely. I mean,
I'll give him credit for Edelman, man, but I don't think they knew he was gonna come out and do that shit.
No, they remember he had to change it to a wide receiver. He was drafted as a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about who did they draft as just a straight wide receiver.
That dude was drafted as no damn quarterback. They told him when they drafted him, you ain't playing no goddamn quarterback. You gonna be a receiver.
I know, but he was a quarterback in college.
That motherfucker was running the wishbone in college.
Motherfucker's like 5 feet. How's he throwing the ball? But he did throw the ball a couple of times on some big plays.
He's running the Everett High offense.
No, nigga said the Statue of Liberty. No, but real quick though, I think
they ate us up with that shit.
The wishbone.
Wishbone. The Statue of Liberty, man.
Now what they call it though, the fancy name for it, the Veer offense.
Yo, crazy.
Yo, Doe got it right. The Statue of Liberty, man.
Nigga said he was running the statue. My point is this, Bill. No, but the thing about Bill probably said, listen, we need you on kick returns. Yeah, Bill might want to put him on quarterback. I'm not giving Bill credit for that.
Let me tell you. He was drafted as a special teams guy.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't draft him as a receiver. That's my point.
Yeah.
They didn't draft him thinking he's going to be one of the greatest receivers that ever played, at least playoff history. Edelman's a top 10 receiver in playoff history. Numbers show it.
I don't argue. And you know what's crazy? This people talk about he
can be
Hall of Fame. They say
he's on that. He should be.
I agree with you. If you go by his playoff,
Edelman. If you go by playoff, Edelman was he was clutch. The conversions he made against Kansas City in the AFC Championship, the conversions he made against Seattle.
Everything.
And the conversions he made against Atlanta when we made that comeback. Edelman is tough. I don't know how I didn't get an Edelman jersey. I don't know how I haven't got a jersey. That guy is a fucking warrior, man. He was a warrior.
Did peep that Seattle game, how his footwork, he always was.
Nah, he was tough, man.
When he got popped by Cam Chancellor. Chancellor popped the shit out of him. And he was supposed to come out after that pop. When they popped him, he was concussed. He was definitely concussed, man. And that was huge how they didn't take him out. He stayed.
I go one better for you. That catch against Atlanta. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. I'm like, damn, man, I ain't get no Edelman jersey, man. I got this bum ass. We keep saying Mac Jones jersey, man. I'm gonna try to sell, man. I'm gonna try to sell that shit on eBay.
Yo, you know what you can do, bro?
I fucked up, man. I was supposed to get Judon.
To the pro shop, and they'll give you a keychain.
Yo, I messed up, man. I overreacted, man. I hopped on that Jones, the red joint too, man. Damn, man. I played myself.
You hurt about that shit.
Hell yeah, I'm hurt, man.
Look, when they drafted him and he was walking to the podium,
it was between him and Judon. I just said Judon. Some told me get Judon.
But they showed him with no shirt on. I said, nah, bro.
Nah, if you remember Stacks, I didn't like that dude from the jump. Stacks, you remember we used to talk about that. I wasn't.
But he had a good rookie year though, man. He
had the face look like he, instead of being a quarterback from New England, he'd be serving drinks at a bar in East Boston somewhere.
That was a damn, man. That
he the type of dude to steal in Walgreens in the black for.
Hey, but you know what? Look, he's still in the league. We're gonna see if we did make a big mistake or if it was the coaching, because he's in the league.
I don't give a damn if he's a success story. He had to get out of here.
Yeah.
Right
He
now.
had to. He had to
get out of here, dog. He had to.
I agree with you. He had to get out of here. There was no way that we was gonna keep him, especially now. You know, we're going forward. You know, with this draft, and more than likely we're gonna get a quarterback, and you know the consensus is Drake May. That's the consensus. Drake May.
Not really. A lot of people, like Doe said, I see people Washington. A lot of people have Washington taking Drake May too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really hear that much. I hear Washington on Jake Daniels heavy.
If you look at ESPN in the morning, a lot of people have your boy Jaden Daniels going to. People say they would take him one over Caleb Williams.
I wouldn't take Caleb Williams. There's some things I saw in that guy that it worried me a little bit, and we all know, man, like this number one pick is so much pressure, man, and it's like you gotta. But make sure that
he does go
you make that right decision.
They actually Chicago has him set up to win with the players they putting around him.
Yes, definitely. They definitely made some great acquisitions.
I'm not big on. Trust me. Listen, this is my problem with the media though, because I'm on that fake news. Don't get me wrong. I'm just keeping. I'm not trying to be the toughest guy in the world. I'm not big on that crying in public, man. But just because you like that on your month, I wouldn't do it. It don't look good. That don't mean you can't play quarterback in the National Football League, man. Like people need to stop.
I'm not saying that. I said he can't play quarterback in the New England.
No, I'm not saying you. No, I'm not saying you, Stat. I'm saying people evaluating this dude when you hear, oh, he cried. Like, come on, man. Let's say he can't play because he played in Notre Dame in the cold weather and looked like shit. Right.
They shouldn't put too much stock in it. What does that got?
That's
to
what I'm
do?
saying.
Everybody cries.
I'm starting to get pissed off about that, bro. I'm starting to like these little pencil neck motherfuckers talking about who's tough and who ain't tough and tough. I know that's
they don't know.
Don't evaluate your quarterback. Evaluate him because he went and played at Notre Dame and shit the bed in cold weather. Let's evaluate that. Regardless, yeah, he didn't have a good line, but let's evaluate how he reacts to adversity. And I don't think him crying was that. I wouldn't do it. It didn't look good. I'm not saying I condone that type of shit. I'm just saying
it was that whole sequence. It was the whole crying.
No, I'm not saying it was bad. It was bad. I'm
just saying it was the whole sequence. It was the crying, then going in the interview and say, "I just want to go home and cuddle with my dog."
Once again, he's a kid. You gotta remember that.
As a leader of
his fucking fingernails, but that's not my business.
As a leader of men, and that's what a quarterback is, he can't do that shit.
He's still going one though. He's still going one.
Yeah. He is still going to go one. But as a leader of men going forward, he can't do that shit.
Yeah, he can't do that.
Okay, let's say this: when you was in college, right? You. That's the thing and I'm not feeling bad for none of these college kids. These kids are making millions of dollars. So I'm not on that train of apologize for Caleb Williams. But we can't do this, bro, as far as evaluating the quarterback and saying toughness when these niggas are getting their head blown off all the time, bro. Let's talk about the throws he could make and can't make. That being said, I agree with you, Stats. You got to change that up. You got to move and watch how you lead these guys. But he's going one. There's no question. No one's going one but him. Let's just get that out the way. Number two, Jaden Daniels, let me ask you this because we didn't talk about this. If Drake May goes to Washington, right? Are you guys still in on the Jaden Daniels hype train? I'm not saying hype train in a bad way. I'm not taking anything away. Are you still
I'll tell you the truth. To tell you the truth real quick, I'm going to pick Jaden Daniels even though they saying J.J. McCarthy might be the better sit and play later.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
McCarthy might be.
We were talking about a hype train. Who got more hype than J.J. McCarthy?
He got the hype. I don't believe in him, to tell you the truth. Not saying don't believe in him, but I don't think he's not an NFL quarterback. I don't think so.
Hey, you talk about a hype train. He's hyped damn near up to the damn number 2 spot.
Yeah, it's true.
There you go. He's hyped up damn near.
That's another Baker Mayfield to me. He's another Baker Mayfield in terms of the size.
You're right.
You're
right, Crooks.
You know, the way he plays. So
that's a great.
You're right. You're good.
That's a great.
Hey,
that's
but
a
you
gamble.
you know who's up there.
He don't have Baker's arm though.
No, he don't. But you know who stepped up there and like silently they talking about him? Penix.
No. We talked about it. We brought it up.
Y'all brought it up? Okay. Okay.
We ran a 4-5.
Only thing that's stopping him from probably being the number 1 is those injuries.
There's those injuries.
Yes, the injuries.
You're right.
That's it.
He got those injuries early.
If he only had 1 knee surgery, he would have been number 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, no, it is 2 things. It's that injury to his throwing shoulder that they worried
yes,
about.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. The injury to the throwing shoulder, but the dude was. Look at the championship game.
Yeah, he was throwing that thing, man.
He was throwing that thing.
He was tossing that shit.
That thing, man.
The game before the championship game when he beat up on Oregon. Was it Oregon? Who he beat up on the game before the champ? Yeah, it was Oregon. It was Oregon when he mashed up Bo Nix or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, the dude got an arm. So I don't know how much of that, you know what I mean? But Stacks, you're right. Penix, I feel bad for him. Everything that he been through, his injuries is gonna be where he's drafted.
That's it. He's going in the first round.
He's rising though. He's rising. Because they were saying he was gonna be at the end of the first. Now he rose back up after that pro day because he ran a 4.5.
Yep.
He jumped like 36, 37.
Yep.
They said they liked the way he moved around. I mean, like I said, once again, who knows? That could be his agent talking. I don't know. But what I heard,
they said he had a good pro day, but the only thing I don't like about that, the Patriots didn't go to the pro day.
Because they don't want him. I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you guys right now, after hearing crap, they're taking either Knicks. They're taking either May or Dan, whoever's there. I'm telling you guys, I'm 100% taking it to the window. I'm putting a couple of hundo on it if that comes up, because Kraft. The thing out of New England right now was mixed messaging and Jedi mind trick bullshit.
You're totally right.
They're taking a quarterback, man. They have to. Stacks it at the best. If you fuck it up, if you take Maine, he's a bust. But I'm even Daniels. But if you trade down and one of them dudes become Lamar Jackson or or whatever you want to compare him to,
you're totally right.
And you end up with Joe O, who's a solid lineman, or you end up with a Doomsday or whoever who's solid pro, but you a superstar. They'll never live that down for their first draft.
You're totally right.
And it's all set up for that kid to succeed because they got the guy in there, Jacoby Brissett, who's just a pro's pro, who's an average quarterback but knows the system, who's gonna not complain. If he gets benched in week 6 or 7, he ain't gonna be like Cam Newton. All shout out to Cam, love you, Cam. I'm not shitting on you, my brother, but he ain't gonna cause no waves, man. He's a company man. They got a company man in there who Sam Howell actually loved and spoke highly of him, last year being a sounding board for him. I just think that's the way they're gonna go, man. And I don't see them trading. I
don't see them trading down either. To tell you,
no, they
that third pick a quarter. I just said, Kraft said it. He bumbled and mumbled for like 20 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is all these old people? I can't understand. They should be a bouncing ball at the end of the street, like blah blah blah. But then he said at the end, we need a quarterback to win in this league. He said it.
Right.
And he's not going to take a chance. And you're right, Crook. Knicks might be better than all those guys. Who knows? Penix could end up the best part of all of them. I'm not saying I'm agreeing with you guys on that, but I'm telling you what's going to happen.
But like me personally,
Daniels.
I'm trading. You could criticize. I'm trading. Like
Stoney, I'm trading.
I'm trading, and I'm getting those 2 picks. And I'm gonna roll that dice because I could get a 2-for-1 potentially. Because
that's not enough. That's not enough for a number 3 pick. It's not enough.
But look, history shows, man, a lot of these great players are coming out late in these rounds. History's showing it. History is against us for those quarterbacks that are drafted high.
I don't think it's against us. I think it's 50-50.
It's against us. If you look at the history, none of these quarterbacks thrive. None of them thrive.
You know what it is too, though.
Look at the past years.
These quarterbacks came right in and started right away.
5. None of them are thriving.
You know why though? A lot of these dudes came in and started them right away. Some of these guys ain't ready.
Burrow's one of the few. That's what I'm saying. He's one of the few. I mean, who else? Like if you can name 5 guys.
Lamar Jackson ain't thriving.
He came late in the first round. I'm talking about high first rounder.
The first
Lamar
round
was number 32.
The first round. It's a first round.
I'm talking about high first rounders. Stacks. High first round.
I think if you draft one of these young cats, you have them sit.
Patriots are not picking 32.
You're right.
Patriots
Josh
are picking
Rosen,
number 3.
Mitch Trubisky.
That's what I'm talking about. High.
Josh Rosen wasn't the overall number 1 pick. He was in the draft.
I know. But no, he was high though.
He was up there.
Josh Rosen. This is my point. They started all these guys on shit teams. Look at Bryce Young. People don't forget, Houston's infrastructure was already good.
I mean, the jury's out on him, man. We got to give it some time.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Marcus Stroud's one that's good.
He's good.
Marcus Stroud, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the statistics is like it's against the success rate of drafting
because they go to
high.
A shit team with no line, no receivers, nothing,
and they get destroyed.
And they get destroyed. You sit Drake May for a year or Jaden Daniels for a year or whatever, even though Jaden Daniels is a little older, if you sit him for the first half of the year, just have him just sit and come in next year, I think he has a better chance of succeeding than throwing him to the wolves on a mediocre team.
And you know what I think too? And let me tell you something. I think the pressure as well. I think the pressure, like, on a lot of these quarterbacks play a part. Maybe I think a lot of these quarterbacks that go late in the first round got that less pressure than a guy that's going high in the first round.
That's a good point.
And I
think
they're
going to a better team.
I think it goes a long way.
But Crook, they're going to a better team though, better roster. The later you pick in the rounds, the better your team is though, Crook. And I agree with your original point.
No doubt.
That is true. That is true.
No doubt. But my point is, don't be scared to take that chance. Don't be scared to get that 2-for-1. You know,
but you know what? You
could get that. You could get that wide receiver and that quarterback combo. You can get it. You can get it.
No. Yo, Crooks. I understand. Not to cut you. I understand what you're saying. I would do that business wise too. I would drop down if you felt that if your gut feeling was telling you that you didn't like anybody in those top 3 or 4 as far as the quarterback. Yes, I would trade down and try to do the 2-for-1, get the quarterback to go with the receiver. But you know, right now with Gerard and his situation, Gerard cannot not pick that number 3 pick, because if he don't pick that pick and he loses and he fumbles on that 3rd pick, Gerard will be fired in year 2.
No, and listen, it would be fired. Just trust me.
I got a perfect analogy for you, though.
Go ahead.
Okay, when Philly wanted Markelle Fultz so bad, and we had that number 1 pick, Danny Ainge flip-flopped that, and they gave us their pick and 4 other picks. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, if I'm trading that number 3 pick because I know the guy I want and I love this guy, they're gonna have to come off Justin Jefferson and something else. That's what I'm telling you. That's gonna have to make. It's gonna have to blow my socks off me.
And Stacks, not even just that. You got to go on precedent of the pick. What did they get to trade up for Trey Lance? That should be the floor.
4 picks.
Okay, so that should be the floor. That's
Trey Lance didn't work out so far.
He didn't work out. But what I'm saying is, what did they get for that pick? It's not about if the player worked out or not. I'm saying the precedence of that high. You get what I'm saying, fam? The precedence of that pick was they got 4 picks for that. You can't just get 2 picks for that 3rd pick, man.
And another thing, this is not going to be all on Mayo either. Mayo is not going to have the same role that Bill had, because when Bill was here, there was a lot of ideas and there was a lot of directions that this team wanted to go in, and they couldn't because it came down to Bill saying yay or nay. This is more about the team. This is going to be more about the staff. This is what I love about this Patriots regime. It's going to be more about the staff. And Mayo is going to let everybody play their role. So that general manager, he's gonna play that role, and Mayo's not gonna be on that Belichick vibe where he's gonna be like, no, I don't want that. I think it's gonna be more of a staff effort, and I think that's gonna be the difference this year. That's why don't be surprised of a different type of situation with that number 3 pick. Don't be surprised. This team knows that they have to take a different direction to start this new regime in New England.
Take the different direction when the different direction is taking a number 3 pick, because Bill would have traded that number.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Bill would have traded.
So taking a new direction for the Patriots.
That's facts. Bill would have traded that pick before.
Yeah.
He would have traded that. He would have traded that pick in December.
Who he would have picked? He would have probably picked the safety or guard.
No, he would not have taken that 3 pick.
He would have traded down and picked it. Yeah, he would have
traded that pick down.
That's the thing. But Bill, he would have traded. It's just that the picks he says it. He drafts the best player on that board. So in other words, you're telling me you're not drafting the needs.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
So why did he draft Strange?
He wasn't the on that board.
He drafted Strange and then he drafted Duggar. When we damn sure we needed some offensive situations going on.
Who the fuck did Bill draft that wasn't players ahead of them guys that were better than them? Stop it.
If Bill was the best free agent, I give NFL.
Bill drafts hard. He's been drafting horrible the last couple of years. I mean,
the best draft pick Bill has ever made that was a low draft pick that he took a risk on was Aaron Hernandez. That's the only great pick I can see him pick. And I give him Duggar.
And that's facts. That's
a fact, dog. If you look at all the picks that he has made and the ones that he took a gamble on, is Aaron Hernandez, dog. That was it. Yep. That was it. Deion Branch was a late pick. That Deion got picked when he should have got picked. Aaron Hernandez was a first-round talent. That's right. That dropped. That's right.
Yep.
Right.
And it had a lot of problems. I mean, that was a failure. That was the best pick.
It wasn't a failure because he put up.
Crook, that's an understatement.
Yeah, but it's like the way it ended. You know, you got to say that was a failed pick, man.
Bruce said he had a lot of problems. That's an understatement.
Yeah, but that was a failed. Yeah, he was talented, but it was a failed pick.
No, it was
Crook. I hear you with the failed pick, the way it ended. But as far as talent wise, that was generational. That was generational. That was generational.
Yes, it was.
Remember,
there was a reason why he was.
Remember, let me say this. Remember. Let me. Hold on. Time out real quick. Forget the baggage of what Aaron Hernandez had with him. Before Aaron Hernandez situation, Aaron Hernandez would have went down as one of the best tight end wide receiver combo hybrid receiver tight end ever of all times. Don't forget that, y'all.
Yeah,
don't forget that.
Sure
but it could have.
Don't forget that. But you know what? You're right. Those Crooks, you're right. His character failed him. But his talent.
Man, that night that shit went down. That was on StreamYard at the crib.
Yeah, that wasn't a failed draft pick because it was off the field, but not because of his talent. Not because of his talent.
Yeah, not because of his talent, but I think overall it was because of the age that it ended. The guy wasn't even
Gronk was the first
27 yet.
He was first round?
Yeah, Gronk was our first pick.
I thought he was a second or third round pick.
Nah, Gronk was first. Remember they was in the green room with Gronk. So he couldn't have been third round. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, Gronk was a first round.
Gronk went early. They went back to back, I think.
I think he was second round.
Yes.
They went back to back.
There you go. There you go, Stoney. They went back to back. I think it was something like 13-14 or something like that.
Nah.
13-14. Yes. Round. Fourth round?
Yeah. Hernandez brought to the fourth round.
So both of them? So you saying you know what? You're right. I think they picked Gronk in the third or second or third, and then they got Hernandez. Yes. Bro. That's right. Gronk wasn't no first round pick. He was a second or third round pick.
Second round pick.
Nah, Gronk was number 42.
Second round pick. Not
second
first.
Round pick. That's second round.
Number 42 is
number 4.
Second round pick, bro.
Yes, it is.
I'm reading it right now.
That's second round.
Second round picks make the team. So he wasn't 4th or 5th. He damn sure was.
No, I know. I'm just
No,
saying.
no. He wasn't no fourth or fifth, but he was second round. If he was 42,
he was high in the rounds. Yeah, he was high in the rounds.
Yeah.
Yo, fellas, Yo, we gotta end this, fellas, man. We gotta end this, man. You know,
I'm sorry I couldn't get on to yo. I'll see you guys on Thursday for Real Talk with Parlay with us.
Yes,
check us out on Thursday night, 7:30. I know Doe is has some engagement, so Doe might not be able to make it, but he will chime in. He'll chime in, and obviously, Stacks will be there on Thursday night. We're gonna have some fire content for you guys to chime in on, as usual. So yes, guys, Thursday night, and I will be back on Parlay with us on Sunday.
Yes, hit the like and subscribe.
There you go.
Definitely.
Thank you. And I will see the whole team on Sunday.
Happy.
Right.
However you celebrate.
Happy Easter. Exactly. However you celebrate, happy Easter. It is Ramadan. So happy Ramadan to you too.
Happy Ramadan.
So yes.
Last day of Ramadan.
Right. It is. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, you're right. I think you're right, Stacks. So guys, I will see y'all next week, Sunday. Crooks, Stacks. I will see y'all on Thursday for a Real Talk with Parlay with us. I'll see y'all later, man.
Yes, later.
Y'all have a good night.
Yes, peoples. Another good show. Peace, man. We'll see you, man.